All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a lot to discuss, and I really mean a lot because it's been a lot of drama. It's been organization problems. It's been pro players trying to express their opinions about the BLGS, and they're finally reconciling. They're coming to an agreement. What's going on with another pro player who's been out for a while? Is he coming back? Let's dive in and talk about all the stuff going on inside the world of Apex Legends esports. Make sure to like and subscribe as always if you want to stay up to date. Firstly, let's talk about the BLGS scrims, the drama going on, the reconciliation that's been happening. Chrono comes out with the results, and as follows. You guys know, can I, just drop the pants of Furia real quick and get my work done? Because I know I've been riding this team for a while, but man, they have been consistent as ever, and they're showing that. I've always said Furia is not a team that's going to be spectacular or doing some crazy moves and oh my gosh, they're breaking records. It's just that they do the small things right consistently, and when they're playing at this level, I have said this a time before, and it did turn out to be wrong because they're not always consistent. But if we get this type of Furia right now, if we get today's Furia, this week's Furia, this month's Furia, I don't think there is a team in the world that can outperform this Furia. The problem is we don't always get this Furia. We get like a month of this Furia and then a month of dead last Furia. Hopefully they can figure this out to stay consistent, because I would love for this team to win. You guys know that I've been talking about this. I just like that these guys have been together for so long. I really want teams like this to be rewarded for sticking out for this long. So hopefully they can continue it. But obviously we have seen in the past that they have these moments, and sometimes they unfortunately lose these moments. But we'll talk more about their performance in just a second. Cloud9 in second, NRG in third. Yup, Oblivion, Thuggets, Free Agents, Luminosity, Tripods, TSM in the top 10. SLG, The Dojo, Complexity, Twerkaholics, MEC, Stallions, aka Deadbutt, Bro, and Status Quo in the bottom 20 from 11 to 20. Also, you had Madness basically coming out. We'll talk more about the drama in just a second, but some of the stats behind the BLGS scrims. Another day, another 9k damage. It has been Madness and Keon really at the top of these leaderboards consistently in these scrims. I mean, even the other day when we saw Furia not in first place, I think it was the top 5, it was still Furia like mostly in the top 5 of players doing all this damage, getting all these kills. I mean, they have been really shining lately, and I'm very proud of the performance that they have been able to put together. Now, let's go over to this side of things, and that is the drama that's been with BLGS. It looks like finally some reconciliation, as we knew was coming. We've touched a little bit on this, I think, yesterday, a little bit more of an update to it, if you will. Madness came out on Reddit, on Twitter, to explain a lot of this, and long story short, he said, I'm a little late to this, so I would like to clear the misunderstanding, the mass misunderstanding. The BLGS was marketed toward all pros as a supplement to the ridiculous gap in ALGS time, due to EA booking the venue, and we had a long wait time. So let's do the BLGS, all that. It was a way to say, hey, because of the off time, here's another event that we can do. And it was marketed more like this is an ALGS supplement, not necessarily a community tournament that's ran by Greek and Wig. That's at least the way that Madness had took it. Anyways, he said, when I had first heard about it, my assumption was that Nicewig and Greek had no influence on the tournament series, and they were just solely helping host and cast it as a sub-series in the ALGS. Because I thought it was a sub-series of the ALGS, I thought it was incredibly odd that, in a sub-series, there would be no draft whatsoever, talking about POI drafts, which is a massive contributor to the lack of scrim quality due to so many contests out there. There's CC-level teams just constantly griefing top-tier teams like TSM, Falcons, and more. And I also say grief because the majority of the CC teams are getting smoked and are wasting both teams' practice when they should contest a team they're actually capable of beating. I understand the elitism argument about how no teams own a POI, but a CC team contesting TSM is like putting someone my height at a center position in the NBA. I'm gonna get freaking smoked. Obviously, Madness, he's on the shorter side, but he is a beast at Apex. Anyways, when I found out that BLGS was not affiliated with ALGS and is meant to be more of a community tournament, I took my complaints away, my arguments, because it's not what I was told BLGS was meant to be. Anyways, he goes back on that and he explains why. Then he also gives a little synopsis tweet. Nicewig comes out. I can see how it was meant to be that way. We go too far back to not vibe with each other over some crap like this. Love you sincerely, #1 Furia fan. So all that BLGS drama comes to a head and is concluded. Now, what is not concluded? The future of this man right here. Skittlecakes is a guy that we have been following for months and months and months. Ever since the Optic Gaming, roster update was happening and we saw knocked and dropped. What's happening? happening? Would Skittle go somewhere else? Would he make a good roster addition for someone else? Skittle kind of got left out of the picture. Skittle has not really been in the limelight as of recent, but it seems like Skittle may be possibly making a return. As of late, we've been noticing that he has been playing a lot of ranked matches with Gent and Dupe. Specifically Gent, he's very, very much so vibing with right now. It seems like it's been very calm, very chill, very easy for these two. Is this something that, you know, Gent would maybe consider, right? We saw KCP leave as an organization. We wondered, would KCP leaving make this roster split up at all? They came out to say tripods are back. Who knows if tripods will stay back, if the whole Gent, Deeds, and Anmu roster will continue, or will they look to split and go their own separate ways at some point? Not saying that's happening right now, just knowing that, you know, maybe Gent and Skittle are setting the foundation of a good solid friendship where it's easy, and maybe that leads to something sometime down the road. Not a leak, not a source or anything like that, just something to consider. But many people have been noting it, right? Not just you know, people in some of these comments, but another group of people in a Reddit thread saying Skittlecakes, once again, hey, it's worth noting that he's been grinding a lot of rank lately with other pros, specifically Gent though. So the question is obviously, what will Gent do in the future? Will that team ever make a change? Will Skittle find himself on another roster here shortly for Pro League as we look into the next year? Definitely would love to see that, considering how well rounded of a player he is. Also had to make mention of this. This is leaking into the Apex scene. It seems this is drama that started off from Counter-Strike, as the coach comes out to say, due to the latest news and development inside of the Bleed organization. Notice we're just talking about Skittlecakes. This is the team that you had on teams with Dropped and Knocked, currently on Bleed Esports. Well, it's Bleed Esports seemingly having problems with money on Counter-Strike. Possibly will this leak into Apex? Is it already leaking into Apex and they just haven't said anything? Basically, they come out to say they haven't been paid the way that they deserve to be. Bleed comes out to say, look, here's an update. We are aware of the recent statement made by our Counter-Strike 2 team. For public transparency, this roster has been paid through August with September salaries and processing. Bleed Esports is in a constant conversation directly with the team on all outstanding matters brought forward. Bleed Esports has invested a significant financial amount into Counter-Strike and allowing the entire team to do all of this stuff, blah 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 blah. But many people are commenting, this ain't it. First Valorant news, now CS2. Stop hiding the comments and pay your players and employees. It seems like it always goes to this route. You had many here. Oh, look at this. Here comes another follow-up from the coach. I didn't even see this one literally until just now. After they made that statement, that coach comes out to say 130,000 not paid to Apex. That's a player, not Apex Legends. 42,000 not paid to G2 from June. 100,000 in prize money. 15,000 here. 15,000 there. 10,000 there. 20,000 plus not paid to me. Stop lying, you clowns. Calling out Bleed Esports for lying about their finances, lying about their struggles, and of course, this makes you worried because Drop, Knocked, and Yanya specifically literally just signed with Bleed Esports. Does this mean, because there's apparently issues in Counter-Strike, that there's also issues in Apex Legends? Not going to assume that Dropped and Knocked are holding information, or Yanya's holding information about struggles internally. Maybe everything is fine and dandy over there. But it seems like over in other categories of this organization, that's not the case. And if that's not the case, you can only assume maybe the issues are pursuing elsewhere as well. And this is what we saw recently on Reddit. Like, obviously everything was nice. They got this new roster update. Yanya's involved. Boom, it's a big organization, it seems, and now it's just not looking too good after you see that news. So interested to see what your thoughts are down in the comment section below about all the topics mentioned in today's video. Crazy drama going on in the scene, of course. We'll keep you updated with all things Apex Legends esports related. Like and subscribe. Until the next time, we'll see you folks all later, Gators.